What is better than playing golf? That's the big question. We're going to answer that in a moment. But before I do, we got to cover some things. Some stuff is changing in the How You Golf community, and we're going to cover that. I have a list here, some notes to make sure I hit every single point. I don't want to leave anything out here. So, some things are going to be changing in the How You Golf community. But these changes are very exciting. So I want to make sure I cover them. This is the official release, the official announcement video, if you will, within the Skool community so that you know exactly what's going on. If you started, you might have caught on to some things. I know at least one member in here has caught on to some things without being told, but you might be like, oh, wait a minute, some things are sort of shifting. Something to think about. I'm going to clear all of that up for you and be very open and transparent with you here. So we can all get excited about this, not just me being excited about what I've been building. Now, 5 months ago, I started this community, How You Golf. I started this group, this school, so that I could take beginners from that big barrier of entry into getting into golf where you're like, it's expensive. I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to do. Now that I know how to hit a golf ball, that's great. But like, I'm doing all kinds of stuff wrong here, right? So that's why I created the Couch to Course program. Complete beginner, never touched a club before. That's where you start. We're going to get you up to speed to where you're comfortable and confident enough to go play golf. All the things that you won't learn when you go pay for lessons somewhere where people just teach you how to hit a golf ball. I wanted to make sure beginners had a good, safe space to get into this game confidently and comfortably, where all those questions were answered up front before you even step out onto a golf course. So that was the origination of How You Golf, was to serve beginners. And this is still and always will be a beginner welcoming space for sure. But there was another piece to this that I wasn't solving, that I haven't solved up until now. And that piece was how expensive golf is, not just money wise, but time. The amount of time and money that goes into playing this game, it's so high, especially when you have a family. I have 2 young kids, and the time away, even though this is technically my work, I still feel immense levels of guilt when I go out to just play leisurely golf. So there was another aspect of this, of how do you get this to not be negative ROI, right? Not be just a hobby or something that I like doing, but how do we turn this into positive ROI? That was the missing puzzle piece that, spoiler alert, we are solving. We have solved, and we're solving now. So this is where the shift is, going from golf being a drain on your time and money to golf being a deal driver, to where you can actually get paid to play the game of golf. You don't have to be amazing at the game. You don't have to be a scratch golfer. You don't have to be any of that stuff. And it's very clear as we go through this, when you'll see a little bit more content tailored toward this, but you do not have to be an amazing golfer. You do have to play good enough golf in order for it to not get in the way of deal making on the course, but you don't have to be an amazing golfer to do this. So that's something that's shifting. It's still going to be beginner friendly. It's still absolutely beginner friendly, but you're going to start seeing more content that is tailored toward people that want to get this game to actually pay them, where you want to play this game a lot more, but you don't want there to be such a gap between, like, I love this game, but it's killing me because of the time and the money spent. If we can close that gap, or even change it to where when you go out on the golf course, every time you go out, or every time you decide you want to go out and have a high ROI where it pays you, you have the ability, the skill set, the playbook to do that. So I personally have witnessed $1 million deals, multi-million-dollar deals on the golf course. And I was just sitting sidelined for so much of that because I didn't have this figured out. I was still pursuing, like, oh, I got to get good enough at this game. And I didn't realize that you don't have to be really good at golf to be able to do business. I was just like not part of these deals for so long. Now, fast forward, I've learned the game, learned a lot more about the business culture of, like, there's golf culture and etiquette. And it's like, oh, this big circle where that's already a big enough thing. But then there's business golf culture inside of that huge circle. And that part is not really taught until now. So that's why I'm very excited. So I myself have closed 4 5-figure deals on the golf course, and it has turned into something that's very lucrative. I know people that have closed $1 million deals on the golf course, and I bought this private club membership for X amount of dollars in the year, tens of thousands, 50,000 plus dollars for 1 year. And in the first 3 months, I closed this deal. It paid for that for the next 3 years, that sort of thing. So there's there's a method to all this. But the point is, golf alone, when you're learning it as a beginner and you're figuring the game out, how to hit the ball, the culture, the etiquette, the flow of the game, that's great. That's wonderful. I encourage that for everybody. But if there's a hang up for you and you want to grow your business or your side hustle, or you want a career climb and you want that promotion, whatever it is, golf is a fantastic avenue for that. If you know what to do, if you know the playbook out there. And so that's what I really want to help people with. I want to remove that additional barrier of, okay, you know golf well enough, right? You just need good enough golf. You know it well enough. Now, how can you keep playing the game to where you don't feel guilty going out there? You actually can feel good about going out and say, hey, I'm going to work. I'm going to do business. I'm going to grow my business, my hustle, my career, whatever that is. So that's where we're at. We're going to do this. It's something I'm calling the Elite 18, right? There's 18 holes of golf. How you golf, it's different for everybody. We've talked about this before. Some people want to go party. Some people want to go and compete for that low score. That was me. I wanted to be a good golfer, get better, better, better. Some people want to do business. We're going to focus on how you golf in the way of growing your business, growing your career. So that's what we're doing. And I have sort of a power triangle that's going to help you do this. This is what we focus on to give you the ability for golf to pay you. And that power triangle, you'll probably see some posts, see some things like that. If you're curious what that is, it's your stature, how you show up on the course, and making sure that the way that you show up is authentic to you. You're not out there nonsensing and BSing other people. More importantly, BSing yourself about your golf game. And then there's your signature. What is the value that you bring onto the golf course that anybody would want from you if they had you in their circle, on their team, in their company, whatever it is? What is that thing that you bring that's immensely value? And then the last is your sequence, which is the sequence in the order of how you conduct business when you're going out to play golf, whether that's driving range, 9 holes, 18 holes, doesn't matter. There's a sort of sequence that you have to follow. Otherwise, you're going to kill deals and things like that. So that's that little circle within golf culture. That's business golf culture. Very different. It's very different from just regular golf culture in the way that you're not going to be told, right? You mess something up with golf culture, you walk in somebody's line, they're going to say, hey, man, you walked in my line, and they're vocal about it. But within that business golf culture, that's non-communicative in the same way, where you might be breaking those norms, but you won't know it. You'll just do it and lose the deal. So we'll focus on that stuff, but that's the power triangle. The sequence matters. The order of things matter. You don't bake a cake by first putting all the ingredients in the oven. You got to mix it, get it all in the bowl and all that stuff before you put it in the oven. So the sequence of things matters. And if you do this right, if you nail this triangle, it gives you an unfair advantage over people who don't know business golf culture, business golf etiquette, business golf flow. So awesome to have. Not necessary. I mean, if you love what you're doing and you're out there golfing and you're just like, yeah, this is great, I don't care to have golf pay me, that is totally fine. Stick around, keep rocking. We love having you in here, and I'm still here to support you and your golf game, your golf journey. Whatever questions, keep posting them, keep sharing them in the community, all this good stuff. But if you do want golf to pay you, and you do want to be a part of the Elite 18, which we are already rocking with, spoiler alert, I'm not going to mention names here, but there may be a member or two who are already in the Elite 18. If this interests you, just DM me. It's very easy. We can talk through it. But if that's you, we're going to really ramp this up by mid-April. Right now, what are we on? March 22nd. But a month from now, within a month, we are going to ramp up the Elite 18, getting people going, getting them firing, so that by the time of peak golf season, midsummer, you're going to have that playbook, you're going to have the plan, you're going to have the strategy to where you can go out and get golf to pay you, whatever your career is, whatever your business is. If you're entrepreneurial in any sense, this is a great fit for you. But that's it. That's what's coming. So the question is, what's better than playing golf? Getting paid.